And just when we think we have found peace, 'tis endless. Endless and yet such is the lot of those who reside in a false world like ours. The real world is not nearly so stagnant. All manner of things occur there. Is there a way to travel to the real world, you ask? Must I do all the thinking here? Ponder that yourself. What I will say is that I believe the cycle will continue unbroken for as long as the dragon continues to be slain. You doubt your ears, but I speak truly. I have beheld the real world with my own eyes. Of course, I was telling you aught I know of the sea's peril, of the brine. Now, 'tis common knowledge that the brine hold any ships, as if to say, there's naught out there, so don't bother looking. But does that not strike you as wrong? Even if we are to believe that there's naught across the sea, why must we be kept to our shores? I should like to confirm for myself if there's truly naught to be found. An old man with naught, sailing out into a sea of naught, and dying for naught. Where's the harm in that? When I said as much to the brine, they only stared at me in amazement. A lie, it may all seem, but 'tis the honest truth. I beheld it all with my own eyes.
'Twas a surprise to find someone living out here, and an old man at that. I wonder what so impels him to set out to sea.
Curious, isn't it?
Perhaps we will understand more in time.
Oh, that's right. I was telling you about the gigantus, until you went off somewhere. Now, listen well. The gigantus is an earthen structure that hearkens to the void. Just as the arisen commands the pawns, so too does the supposedly. The brine have their colossal servant monitor the dragon to ensure that, as for what the brine deem an act of excess, I could not tell you. Some would argue that 'tis the hand of excess what brings the cup of fine ale to our lips time and time again. But what of it? Those unbidden sips of ale are what keep the throat from growing parched. Without them, life would... That brings me back to what I was saying about the... 'tis formed of clay, and tall enough to graze its brow upon the very clouds. What's more, and should it be stirred to life by the voice of the sea, mayhap... You do not believe, but I assure you 'tis no less than the truth.
PlayStation